friends, I'm so glad you stopped by. I am so very excited for today's video. We will be making some Christmas trees using these Christmas trees from Dollarama. These were $1.25, and as you can see, they're not quite my style, but I do like the form that they have. So instead of going and buying those foam Christmas trees, which for some reason here in where I live in Canada, well, in Ontario, in my town, I cannot find them other than buying ones at Michael's, and they are like super expensive. I think one this size is about $25. So I saw a couple inspirations with some other YouTubers and Pinterest and things like that, so I'm going to create my own, but I'm not sure. The inspiration was how to create the tree, not necessarily using these forms. So I'm going to get started, so come along.
Okay, so all the tinsel needs to come off all the trees, so I will be doing this for every single one of them. But this very first one I was cutting down in half because I wanted the tree to be a bit shorter. However, I will be saving this other part that I'm cutting off for the last DIY project. And then you want to use assortment of ribbons. I used this cork faux cork ribbon. Instead of burlap, I was going to cut my white burlap ribbon into strips, but then decided to use the cork one instead. And then you cut them to about 1 inch to 2 inches depending on the size of your tree, and then you fold them in half and hot glue them at the cut parts so you have a solid fold, and then you hot glue those onto the tree. I did overlap them a little bit on the sides. I just thought that would look nicer. And then and there is no rhyme and reason for the pattern that I went with, like the order of the ribbons. I just went with what I thought would look good. You could use solid ribbon for the like solid color ribbon, or any kind of ribbon you really have on hand that's kind of Christmassy if you're going with a Christmas theme. I think you could even make this as a Halloween tree if you had or a fall tree if you had the fall ribbon. This can be done for really any season. And then once I was finished following the pattern on the bottom and hot gluing the whole tree, I went ahead and did this for the top for the whole tree. But the next row, when you start, you want it to hang to overlap the bottom row a little bit, so you don't see where the bottom row ends, kind of thing. I hope that makes sense, but I think you can see what I'm doing here on the video.
Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new, 'cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you.
So you can really see the overlap. It kind of fans out a little bit, and that is the look that I was going for. And at the top here, this was a little bit hard, and this whole project was a little bit tough on my fingers. I don't know what I did with the little rubber ends for my fingers so I don't get burned, but I did get burned a couple times here. But when you get to the top, you want to pinch it together at the top. Now this doesn't look the nicest when you reach the top, so I took a little piece of a rope that I had just left over from one of the other projects and wrapped it around the top. I really like the way this looked. You could also add like a star at the top or anything really at the top that would kind of cover up that little pinch at the top.
These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about it.
I just think this tree turned out so cute, and I can't wait to use it in my decor. For the tree number 2, I'm going to take the tinsel off, and for this one, I will be using the whole tree. And I have this full, like a wide ribbon. It's in burlap. I got this from burlapfabric.com, and I just hot glued it right around, and then I pinched it right at the little lines going up, and this gave it a bit of like a form, which I really liked. And then again, when I went with a second row of burlap, I overlapped the top just so you don't see where the one ends. I was using the little clips to hold the things while the glue was curing. This one was definitely not as involved as the first one, but it still, I think, looked really good once it was all done. Now I wanted to embellish it a little bit, so I went with these little bell garland, mini garland that I got at, I think that came from Dollar Tree, and then I had these stars from last year from Dollarama, and I just left them as they are because I wanted this tree to be rustic, but I glued 2 of them and pinched them together at the top to kind of cover up again that end. And I think this looked really good. And then because this was burlap, I just kind of wedged the start of the garland into it and folded it underneath and then just wrapped it around. I think this tree turned out so cute, and I love how rustic it looks.
Well, I hope you're enjoying this video so far. I do have one little bonus that's not Christmas tree at the end, so stick around so you can see that. I think it's going to turn out super cute. Just keep watching.
For the tree number 3, I will be cutting this one down. I'm going to make it a little bit taller than the first one, but not as tall as the second one, because I just wanted to have that 3 different sizes. I'm also going to be using some of these pine cones that my friend picked up from her garden and a couple of the sola wood flowers that I have on hand. I will link the sola wood flowers down in the description box if you want to get some for yourself. They are so versatile. I've used them for so many different DIYs, and they're also paintable. I did not paint them this time because I like the natural look. So I started off by placing 1 pine cone to the top and hot gluing it. This kind of gave me a starting point, and then I took the sola wood flowers and just hot glue them kind of randomly around the tree, and this actually helped kind of start the pine cones on here. You could also wrap this with something like maybe some ribbon or even some tape, so you have a more solid surface to hot glue the pine cones on, but this did work for me quite well. I did get this inspiration off of Pinterest, and the pine cones that they used were flocked with snow, which I thought was really cute, but I really liked the natural look of this when it was done, so I did not spray mine with the snow, but you totally could if you wanted to. And when I was hot gluing the pine cones, I kind of wanted them positioned up. This made them go in a little bit easier and stay on a little bit easier, and I loved the look. And I was using all different sizes of these pine cones just to fill in all the little crevices and spots. It's like building a puzzle. You just place where they fit.
And I've lit my house with Christmas lights, so you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love. We'll be singing all the melodies until the sun comes up. These are the good times with you.
I just love using items that are free and alongside with obviously bought DIYs. I just think, and especially natural out of the garden supplies, I think that they truly give you that rustic look if that's what you're going for.
Yeah, it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to.
Now, once I was kind of they were getting all filled up. There were a couple areas that were just, you could still see the form behind, and I didn't have enough of these mini pine cones from the garden. There were a couple, but not enough. But I did have some on hand from Dollar Tree, so I just used those just to fill in all the little spots where the tree form was still showing through.
Close, forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh, la da da da, oh, oh, oh.
I am just so pleased how these turn out and would love to know which one you like the best. Now for a little extra project, I thought it would be fun to make a gnome. I've had this bottom form left, and I'm using this dusting car mitten as a beard for the gnome, and then I just wanted to add something to the back of it so it's not open. So I'm adding just this ribbon, just figuring out how to attach it to it. It was a little bit hard because the little mitten was fringing on me quite a bit as I was trying to do this, so it was kind of a little messy. So once I had this completely on here, I went ahead and found a hat off of a Christmas decoration that I was no longer using. And I used that for the hat on top of the gnome. And then just I took a little pom-pom and glued it as a nose. I think he turned out really cute. His hat could be a little bit bigger, but I thought he was cute nevertheless, and I think he's going to look really nice in my rec room. Well,
I'm so glad you made it to the end. What did you think? Let me know down in the comments. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and a notification bell so you don't miss out any of my future uploads. I have so many amazing Christmas DIYs coming your way, and I can't wait to share them all with you. But you have to be subscribed, and that notification bell needs to be on so you don't miss out any of them, any of the new ones that are coming. I've got Dollar Tree, I've got Trash to Treasure, I've got just DIYs, and so just keep on watching. There's plenty more to come. Thank you so much for stopping by today, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.
Yeah, see